Compare secure ESL tools for IP-sensitive content. Quick guide. Welcome! Today we'll make your ESL program secure by design. Why care? First, protecting intellectual property, student data, and client trust isn't optional. It's your reputation on the line. Second, most organizations have legal and contractual obligations that dictate how data is collected, stored, and shared. Violations can trigger fines and lost deals. Finally, security directly shapes your tool choices and daily workflow, from which apps you approve to how you export assignments. By the end, you'll know how to evaluate tools, reduce risk, and keep learning outcomes strong without compromising privacy. Start by mapping your risk. Identify sensitive content, proprietary curricula, assessment banks, PII like names and emails, and anything bound by contracts or NDAs. Next, list who can access this data: only internal staff or also vendors, freelancers, and AI providers. Fewer hands mean fewer leaks. Then pressure test the scenario. If this data leaked, what's the impact? Regulatory penalties, client churn, reputational damage, or competitive loss? Put rough costs next to each risk. This simple profile guides every decision that follows and prevents over or under securing. Set your floor. Require end-to-end encryption for data in transit and encryption at rest to protect stored files and backups. Enforce SSO MFA so accounts are tied to your identity provider and protected by strong second factors. Use role-based permissions so teachers, admins, and vendors see only what they need. Demand zero data training by default. Your content shouldn't be used to train third-party models, and make this opt-out explicit in the contract. These basics block common attack paths and keep your program compliant without slowing down teaching. Pick where your data lives based on your obligations: EU, US, or the client's required region. Then verify certifications: ISO 27001 for security management, SOC 2 for controls and audits, and GDPR alignment if you handle EU data. Don't stop at logos. Request data processing agreements, DPAs, standard contractual clauses, SCCs, for cross-border transfers, and recent audit reports. Check scope and dates to ensure coverage includes the exact services you'll use. Clear residency and compliance, cut negotiation time, and protect global deployments. Marketing is cheap, controls are not. Read the vendor's privacy policy and product docs to see what's actually enforced. Ask precise questions. What logs are kept? How long is retention? Is there any human review of your content? Can we disable it? Clarify deletion timelines, incident response, and breach notifications. Then run a pilot with redacted test content to validate claims. Attempt exports, check headers for regions, verify permission behavior, and inspect logs. Trust, but verify, ideally with your security team involved. Look for features that protect learning without exposing data. Support custom word lists that keep sensitive terminology internal, and ensure no phonetics are stored if that's part of your policy. Prefer offline, air-gapped, or on-prem deployment options when clients require strict isolation. Demand granular exports so you can share anonymized results, not entire datasets. Add watermarking to deter leaks and access logs to trace who viewed or downloaded materials. These controls let teachers run rich activities while keeping ownership and traceability of every asset. Use a weighted scorecard to keep decisions objective. Security, 40%. Pedagogy, 30%. Usability, 20%. Cost, 10%. Define must-haves, e.g., SSO, encryption, zero data training versus nice-to-haves, custom themes, minor analytics. Score each vendor against your risk profile. If you handle client PII, security weight may rise. If you need onboarding at scale, usability gains importance. Document trade-offs so stakeholders see why a tool wins or loses. A transparent rubric prevents shiny feature bias and speeds procurement. Lock it in with process. Create safe workflows and checklists. Where to store lesson files, how to share with students, and which exports are allowed. Train staff on do-don't share rules. No PII in prompts, no uploading contracts, and use approved channels only. Establish quarterly reviews to rotate access keys, prune dormant accounts, and retest vendor settings after updates. Celebrate good security behavior in team meetings. When people know the why and the how, secure habits stick, and your ESL program stays both effective and trusted.